Hi there, welcome to this video. I just thought I'd film a review video really of this Yamaha Maestro Flugelhorn. It's a model Yfh631G. Basically I've just picked up this Flugelhorn a couple of months ago after doing quite a lot of research on the internet. I actually sold a Mayer one, an old Canstell Mayer one that I played on for a long time. It's taken a lot of research and there's not a lot of information out there on Flugels, and certainly not a lot of reviews. So I thought I'd just take 5 minutes just to do a review to try and help anybody out who's looking to buy a new one. The first thing to say really is the case on the internet's had quite a pasting. A lot of people said it's too small. Just go back a little bit so you can see the size. Actually it's not much bigger than my Besson 928 Cornet case. Personally it's not fantastic quality, but I like the size of it. After all, I don't want to be humping a great big case to every gig I go to. It's got a small compartment in for your music at the back, probably about 1.5 inches deep, so you can get some music and some valve oil in. So there's a lot of pros to this Flugelhorn. There's a couple of things I don't like as well, but generally I was going to do a video on it about a month ago, but I've only been playing it again for a month, so I thought I'd leave it. I've been playing it just over 2.5 months now, so I thought it was fair to do a review because there are a lot of websites out there that will talk about them and not show you anything. Basically things like that. Now I'm using this for brass band use, and I wanted something with a decent bore size. Now this has got a 4.15 bore on. Some of the bigger Mayer ones had 460s and 470s on, which it was nice sound, not a lot nicer sound, but a little bit nicer sound I would have said, but a lot more difficult to play really. But the problem now is you're getting a lot of Flugelhorns with the 415 bore size on, and it's really, I think, suited to jazz and things like that. So bearing in mind what you want it for, I would recommend one of these for brass band playing and not necessarily for jazz. There is a version up of this called the Bobby Shoe model, which I believe has a smaller bore size. But back to this instrument. Just to show you around it a little bit, the finish of it's absolutely fantastic. I was a little bit apprehensive of the valves on this instrument as well, reading the reviews. A lot of people said they've had a lot of difficulty with the valve tops, getting them lined up, and I have to say that I do agree with them. If you're oiling the valves, when you undo these valve caps, you can get them back on, it's not a major issue, but you feel like the thread of them when they go back on isn't as good as say a Besson thread on the Besson 928 Cornet I've got. But I was more apprehensive of the reviews of the valves being poor. Now these, I think as I said, I've been playing it about 2.5 months. They sound loud there, so in the case, but they're not. They're absolutely terrific. And the chap I got this instrument off, I bought it as new. He said to me something. He said, whatever you do, just use the Yamaha valve oil on it. When you pick it up, when you get it, there's some Yamaha valve oil in the case. You just basically use that. So I think it's got something like PTFE, like the new Dennis Wick valve oil. I think I've oiled them twice, like I've said, and they've been absolutely magnificent. All the slides, all the trigger slides and everything, all the valves. I've had nothing stick whatsoever. The finish of the instrument's nice. One or two things I don't like. Obviously, it doesn't really affect me, so I don't do a lot of marching, but the lyre position is straight there, so if you put in a cornet lyre in that goes straight down, it won't fit. There's not really many other places to attach it unless you get a bell type lyre. I'm playing this on a Dennis Wick 4FL mouthpiece, the one that comes with it. I haven't even wrapped. I don't like the original ones, I've actually played on one before. Now the water keys all work well, everything else works well. You probably want to know about the sound. Well, the sound is terrific, the intonation is terrific. If anything, slightly flat on the middle D, as most Flugels are, but very, very minor. Very nice and easy to play right through the register as well. So it's probably the best one I've ever played. But having said that, when I first picked this Yamaha instrument up, I actually got a silver one. And I found that the main problem, although the intonation was okay, the overall instrument was flat. And when I was sat with the tuner, no matter how far in I was in on the tuning slide, I was still flat. And as you can probably see here, on this one, I'm almost nearly right in. You might think, well, that's the style of the player. But if you look at a few review sites and a few forums, about this instrument. There will actually, you'll find a few people saying that they're all the way in and they're still flat. Now, this is the second one I've had, as I said. The first one I had for around a week, and it was a silver plate one. And it was, no matter what I did, I could not get it above centre on the tuning. So I ended up taking it back and I replaced it for this one, which has the lacquer finish. I'd actually prefer the sound. I think it's got a nicer sound than the silver plate. It does play in tune, but as you can see here, if you play with a band that was slightly sharper than that, you may have difficulty. Now, I'm not sure why they've done this, but the mouthpiece receiver, this part here, is very long. I'm not sure. I'm sure if you wanted to do something with it, you could, but as you can probably tell, it's got like a taper on. It actually starts off thinner, goes wider and thinner again, just to fit the mouthpiece. So that's one thing to be aware of. If you do go and try one out, make sure you take a tuner and make sure you can get it in tune. There's not really a right lot else I can say. The only other cons I don't like, which probably just down to personal preference here, is the first valve slide here. If you're holding it like you would normally hold an instrument, there's not a lot of room there for your fingers. When you're not quite used to it, holding it is a little bit uncomfortable there. I don't find the trigger really is in the best position for where I've been used to holding the Yamaha Flugel that I've used over the years. But you know, I've adapted to it. I don't think about it. It's not overly annoying. It's just not the most comfortable instrument to hold, but I will sacrifice that for sound quality and intonation. It also projects really nicely when you're playing stuff on it, especially slow stuff, slow melodies, and there's just a generally nice feeling about it when you're playing it, almost as if you're getting a nice sound with a little bit less effort than I was before. So anything else to say about it really is that all the water keys work okay. The build quality of it is absolutely excellent. I prefer this sound to the silver plate, which I didn't think I would. It feels nice and light in your hands, but not too light that it doesn't feel expensive, you know. It's lovely to play. I've enjoyed playing on it, so looking forward to next year's banding season. Any questions, just leave us a comment down below, and I'll get back to you, because I know what it's like, because I've spent a lot of time researching buying a new one. They're a lot of money. Luckily the band's paid for this one for me. It's the first brand new instrument I've ever owned in all my life, in, well, 30 years of playing so far, so I know what it's like when you're going to part with your money. But if you've got any questions, drop us a line, because it's always nice to get in touch with like-minded people as well. So thanks for watching. I'm sure in the future I might just pick you up and do a few videos, play some pieces through as well. So thanks for watching. I might see you again soon. Bye for now.